Hey, I want to thank you for joining us. I'm Brian Lacey. And Thanksgiving season, one of the groups that comes in and talks to us yearly, VISTE, Volunteers in Service to the Elderly. They do this gig at Thanksgiving every year. And as we heard in the opening, they are a small staffed nonprofit, but the work that they do is huge, and it relies on you. And I got to introduce you to Steve Bissonette. He is the president of VISTE, multi-times in the studio with us. Welcome to the show, Steve.
Thank you, Brian. It's always good to be back.
And a first-timer, Kayla McClenthan. She's a volunteer and events manager. Welcome to the show.
Thank you.
Did they warn you that you were coming on, or did he? How'd that go about?
I had about a week's notice of, you're going to be on TV with me. And I said, okay. He said, I'll send you the email, get ready. And I said, okay.
So prior to VISTE, what was the gig? What'd you do?
I did a little bit of everything. I was a production manager at one time. I was in the military. I got medically retired from there. Bar manager, went to school.
So the bar manager and military already prepared you for this.
Yes, yes.
So I understand, Steve.
Let's just say, Brian, that she has strong people skills.
The military, I would not doubt that. Organizational.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah. I understand her first day was, how could you do that to her? What, her first day was the Monday before Thanksgiving last year?
It was Thanksgiving week last year, that Monday. She started that day and just hit the ground running. It's, some people, the chaos of an event like this just causes all sorts of anxiety. Other people, it really gets them going. And clearly, with Kayla, she thrives on this. And she came back, stayed with us through Christmas, and then out through VISTE Ball. And we knew we had a winner when she got through all of those in her first 3 months on the job.
Yeah.
And she's still smiling.
Oh, yeah. Great sense of humor and dedicated.
Yep.
Steve, talk to us a little bit about VISTE. Those that might not know you, what is VISTE?
Sure. VISTE stands for Volunteers in Service to the Elderly. And we're here in Lakeland. If and when you come to visit our office, I have the privilege of welcoming you to the international headquarters, because there is no other VISTE on the planet.
Oh, wow.
And I say that to reinforce the fact that we're really just an isolated organization, but mostly I say that because we're a reflection of this community's compassion and generosity, and the volunteer spirit that we have in this county really all comes together to allow an organization like VISTE to even exist.
And it blows me away when you say that service to this community. You guys are unique in that effect, and our Toys for Tots within Polk County is one of the very few that's not run by the Marine Corps. It's run by the residents.
Well, and frankly, we're one of the very few senior service providers in the country that's not fully federally funded. Our federal funding right now is about 4% of our annual budget, and that's through Polk County and through the city of Lakeland. So we're very fortunate to have strong local support, because our mission is all about helping local seniors remain safely and independently in their own home. And that requires money, but it also requires people and their volunteer time. And Thanksgiving sort of brings all of that together.
Let's talk about, what is this, the 29th annual?
Yes, sir. 29th
annual Thanksgiving meal. What exactly is that, and what does it take to put an event like this, the event of a magnitude like this? Wow. What does it take?
It takes a lot of work. I mean, it takes a lot of preparation and organization. And what we benefited from the fact that 29 years ago, this started with 100 meals being served out of a restaurant, the old Crispers restaurant downtown in Lakeland. And now it's grown gradually over that time, so that this year we'll have 2,000 meals prepared at the RP Funding Center. And volunteers are invited to come to that location. And I refer to it as Chick-fil-A on steroids. You stay in your car, it's a long drive-through line, but the volunteers will bring the bags of food and put them in your vehicle. There's also a live plant that will be added for each bag. And then you have a list of 2, 4, maybe 6 people that you will deliver those foods to. And really the key to this, the secret sauce to all of this, is the holiday meal is great. We've got some children's artwork we'll show that makes it even more festive. But really the secret sauce is the time and the interaction with the volunteers. That engagement, those smiles, the children that are accompanying their parents, those are the things that our clients will remember until the next Thanksgiving.
Now, Kayla, being the volunteer and events manager, last year came in on a Monday. The event went down on Wednesday.
Yes.
You heard the description of what they do, then to see it all go down before you. Tell me a little bit about that.
Well, my very first day, I met my counterpart and I was told that we were going to Publix to pick up 500 pounds of green beans, and went to First Presbyterian Church where we had 180 volunteers ready to snap those green beans for us. That was my very first day, and I was like, and I loved it. And then going to the actual event, it was mind-blowing just seeing all the different volunteers being there and helping out, and how smooth everything went. And I knew I was in the right spot then and there, just knowing that passion and being able to help the seniors, with the Thanksgiving and the holidays. And it just continues growing, and my passion for it is just even bigger.
One of the cool things about VISTE is the fact not only are the parents and the older folks volunteering, but they're teaching the kids volunteering. And you have beside you some of the things that they've done. Explain how the bags are used, and tell me a little bit about what these are.
So in September, we reach out to the elementary schools and see if they are interested in decorating the Thanksgiving bags. So we will get these out to them September by October 1st, and they have the kids decorate the bags for us and bring them back. They also, some of them gets placemats that they can decorate. So all of our food is going to go right inside of here, and then any extra things that we have for them. There's some crafts and cards that people like to make, and we just put them in there, and they get the whole thing for their Thanksgiving meal as well.
And I love the messages that the kids put on them too. Do you guys inspire them to do that, or that's?
Nope, that's all on their own.
So let's talk. So what are some of the things that go in the bag? What is that?
So you get the full meal, the full Thanksgiving meal.
The whole meal goes in there?
Yeah. So these are nice. I mean, they're nice size.
Oh wow! Once they do open up.
Yeah.
Wow.
So they'll get the full meal. They'll get the heating instructions if they would like to warm up their meal. They get the pumpkin pie. They get there's a magazine from Allen and Company that gets put in there. Just different things like that, showing gratitude.
So when you started this gig last year, did you get a chance to make deliveries, or were you just on the ground running at RP Funding? I
was on the ground running at RP Funding, making sure that everything was going smoothly and there was no hiccups.
Yeah. So this year, you're going to try and, because I would love to hear the stories of the people that volunteer. Steve tells some of the things that his past experiences. The thing that blows me away is I'm thinking that the people getting the meals are the ones that have the most joy out of this. But in all honesty, it's your volunteers.
Yes.
Talk a little bit about that.
You're absolutely right. We have volunteers right now that are just calling to see if our clients would like to receive a meal if they are going to be at home. And just listening to them and the way that they communicate and their passion, and they'll come back and tell us different stories about what they talked about on their phones. Most of our seniors are all alone, and it's just a nice way to get the extra interaction with them and get their voices heard, and they just appreciate that nice company, and they are so grateful to get the meal. And our volunteer list is just growing. We have volunteers that will volunteer once a year just for the Thanksgiving event. I know one of my friends told me last year we had too many and she couldn't deliver because we already had too many volunteers. She's like, let me know so I can sign up.
Yeah.
So it's definitely a huge community event, and it takes the whole community to pull this off.
Well, Steve, she talked about the community to pull it off. Logistically, if you didn't have community partners, we know that 4% of your funding comes from the national level. Right. The other part comes from your fundraising, and of course the generosity of folks around. Talk a little bit about those community partners, if you would.
Well, as Kayla already mentioned, Allen and Company has stepped up again. This is the third year in a row that they're the title sponsor for this event, and we're very grateful for them to not only help support the funding of this, but also they're very committed in terms of their employee engagement. They have requested bags. They send us videos of them, employees in their homes with their children at the dining table, decorating all those. They have a lot of fun doing that. And then also they come out and help in the green bean snap as well as for the delivery of the food. To us, that's an ideal partnership where you get not only a check from an organization, but the employees get engaged as well, from the employee level down to their children. That's the whole package right there. So we're very grateful to Allen Company. We also have other community partners that have stepped up and said they will help us financially. And in fact, there's a matching program that if individuals want to go online and to help fund a meal, you can go on and just make a donation for a supportive meal, and that will be matched. So that's, again, the more we can engage the whole community at every level, that to us is an ideal approach.
Whether individuals or, say, businesses want to get involved, how do they go about doing as such?
The simplest way to do that is go to our website at VISTE.org, and all the information is there. Whether you want to find out more about it or you're interested in making a donation, it's all right there.
Kayla, it's the busy season for you. I'm going to give you the last word on this. Inspire folks to get out there and help you, whether it's delivering, whether it's snapping beans, whether it's helping with the bags. Inspire folks to give a hand this Thanksgiving season.
I will tell you, the Monday after the Thanksgiving, I had the most touching story. A lady came through and she said, "Thank you so much for the Thanksgiving meal. This is the first time in 3 years that I've had anybody spend the holiday with me." That she was down here on for medical reasons, and her family was up north, so they didn't have anybody, and it just meant the world to her that our volunteers stayed and spent some time with her for Thanksgiving.
Well, Kayla and Steve, I definitely want to get you back in next month so we can talk about VISTE Ball. And then after that, let's, in all honesty, let's get you back in to talk about what happens other than Thanksgiving and VISTE Ball. Because I would definitely love to hear it.
It's a year-round operation.
Yeah. Well, come back and see me, would you please?
Absolutely.
It takes an army of volunteers to deliver holiday meals to those in need. And VISTE needs your help during Thanksgiving. VISTE is in need of volunteers to deliver 2,000 Thanksgiving dinners Wednesday, November 26th, the day before the holiday. Volunteers can pick up the meals from 11 a.m. to 2 p.m. at RP Funding Center in Lakeland, located at 701 West Lime Street, the northwest side of the building. All volunteers must pre-register to deliver meals. For more information on how you can make a difference during the holiday season, give them a call, 863-284-0828, or look them up on the web at viste.org/Thanksgiving. If you enjoyed that episode of Polk Place, I invite you to like, share, and subscribe to the channel, and even check out the next one.